Hey guys, what's up? It's the Jack Cat here, and I'm here to show you my gym at home, my home gym. So, we're gonna go through each piece of equipment that I've used and trained with and kind of talk about it. So, to give some background, I've had this equipment since 2020. Started building my home gym quickly after the pandemic, or when the pandemic started, because gyms were closed and we started really small. So a lot of this I've built up over the time, last 5 years. But yeah, get right into it. So we'll start with the left. We got this bad boy, this back extension, Amazon Basics. I think it was like 90 bucks. Does the job pretty well. I mainly use it for back extensions on my back days. But typically I don't really train back here because I like to do a lot of pulling movements and I don't have a full cable system. I mean, I do, but you'll see later. I mainly train quads and shoulders here, along with sometimes chest. Those are, I can do a really good workout and really quick, especially if I'm working late. It's just really easy to pop in down here, train, and then I can focus on other things. But next, this was a little bit more of a pricey build. I can't really tell the price. I can't remember. But get a full pan out. This was a pretty good ab bench. It's inclined. I feel like the best way to target my abs through incline sit-ups. Doesn't hurt my back as much, and I can get a pretty good ab pump and like with 100 sit-ups. Okay, so yeah, going on next. We've got the leg extension, plate loaded. It also serves as a hamstring curl. The hamstring curl is a little spotty. I feel like I'm gonna rip something when I do it, but the leg extension is perfect. It's exactly what I like to train on. I'll plan over to this side. You can pretty much load it up to like max weight, which I typically do. I do like 15, 20 reps on this bad boy. So, and then next, get the mirror, low key. I'm like sweating because I just cleaned the whole gym. But I got the mirror for squats, checking my form in the squat rack. And then I'm looking to get a bigger wall mirror for over on that blank wall because, you know, it'd be good to check my form and just good for posing, seeing how like my body composition's coming along. So nothing too crazy, but there's a picture of me right there. But nothing too crazy. Over here, tripod for either camera or my phone, just for pose and check, because the best lighting comes from here, from the shadow. But I mean, it's kind of bootleg, but it's all right. Then I got my spare bench. I don't use it because it's jank as hell, and I got during the pandemic for overmarked up. I got my powerlifting lawn chair for like 10 minutes between sets. I don't really powerlift or do many strong one or low sets, high weight. Don't do that anymore. But if I do, I use that. And then in the corner, these are kind of something I got just because I had a spare bit of cash and I don't really use that much. Left is for like to do like a squat with this T-bar extension. You can kind of see. I could do barbell rows or like one arm barbell rows with these, but it's I'm kind of constrained on space. Oh, yeah, there's not really a lot of space to move it, but I still have an attached there. So I don't really use these, but they're just good to have. And then probably I'll scoot back a little bit. This is the squat rack, basic Titan Fitness. I think it was like 300 bucks. Does me pretty well. These things have stopped me from dying like 3 or 4 times, so very, very highly recommended to have. It's really, home gyms are just death traps if you're not cautious or you're not safe. I would never squat or bench without safeties. Just my personal preference, but yeah. And then I got an additional $60 attachment that basically I only use for pull downs for triceps. Nothing crazy. It kind of like, it's a nice option to have if I'm doing triceps, other than doing some dumbbell or easy curl work. And then down below are my front squats, or not for front squats, but like it's like sitting on a plate, either for my heel elevated squats. I like doing them. Makes my quads feel good and doesn't hurt my back. So, and speaking of which, I got 2 belts for, I like the leather belt, probably is the best one. The other one kind of sucks. And then that's for my weighted dips or weighted pull-ups, which the squat rack also has a pull-up, which a dude hit my head a few times there, but it's all good. So yeah, walking over, I got my weight tree. I think total I have like 500 pounds of weights. I'm not that strong. I don't use all of it at once, but it's definitely nice to have at least, whether I have 4, but one's on the leg extension, but have at least 4 steel plates for 445 steel plates. And then I have 2 sets of rubbers for either deadlifts or actually, yeah, just deadlifts. I can't Olympic clean. Man, so coming over here, I got my Easy Curl bar. This is honestly, like, I love doing tricep skull crushers with it, along with bicep curls. It's just a great thing to have. Adds some variability to training, and you know, home gym workouts can get kind of old if you do the same shit, but you know, consistency and upping the reps are like kind of the best things that I've found to train. And then, so this is my dumbbell rack. It goes from 2 pounds all the way up to 75 pounds. I would get 100s, but it's very expensive, and I can't justify buying them if I'm not going to use them more than like 3 times a week. So yeah, I just go to if I want to lift really, really heavy and I want to do like a bodybuilding workout, I'll go to my home, or I'll go to my gym that's 5 minutes away walking. But for shoulders, has everything I want to do, and then legs, perfect. So, and I'm gonna probably go to my favorite bench. This thing is freaking awesome. It's decline, incline, has like 5 degrees of tilt. Freaking. All right, and then I got my flat bench. This is honestly, it's a thick pad. So it's about, I think, raise this up. It's about like 2 inches of thickness, which is honestly great for if I'm pressing heavy. It's pretty reliable too, and it's pretty durable. It's probably half the quality of a Rogue, but a quarter of the cost. So, it also has wheels for easy transport. But I typically use this for flat bench, but I'm kind of phasing out of doing heavy barbell compounds. At least for my goal. I'm trying to get hypertrophy, not really strength numbers, but still a great bench, and I still use it. Then going over here, I move this. I love bodyweight dips and weighted dips. Honestly, think they're low-key underrated. Fucking 10 out of 10. And then I have my Olympic bar. Guess I really didn't go into what my other bar is about later. I typically have this space reserved for deadlifts, although I don't really deadlift too much anymore, but it's ready to go, and that's kind of like the best convenient part about it. And since this is a rental, I keep them on the lowest pad, so I put the pads so I don't damage the floor. But yeah. And then over here, I kind of have my recovery things like a yoga mat, 2 foam rollers. Really just if I have any back pain or like stiff, I kind of use this to roll out on this little circle carpet over here. But lastly, I have a little Century Wave Runner, I think. I just do this to get aggression out, low key. It's kind of nice to have just a punch, and a good form of cardio if it's raining or like, you know, half the year it's snowing. Don't really want to go out. But yeah, so pretty much it's a small gym, but it has almost everything I could need. If I had more space and extra cash, I'd get a leg press just because I love doing leg press. Doesn't hurt my back, and you know, I can go lots of reps, pretty heavy weight. And then, oh yeah, I didn't even go, this is my band tower. It's connected to one of the structural pillars of the house. Probably kind of scary, but you know, I don't know, too crazy. I just use this to kind of stretch my muscles before, you know, getting crazy. And yeah, lastly, I'm gonna go to my bar. This is a focus in. This is a this is a 26 millimeter, 20 kilogram, or yeah, 20 kg bar. So it's slightly less than 45 by like half a pound. It's not really a big deal, but yeah, I use this because it has a really cool knurling. Pretty strong knurling. And then it's pretty durable. It's titanium black. It's a good bar, basically. I have no complaints, and it keeps up with, I don't really like to slam my barbell because squat rack might like die. But if I'm doing like heavy work and I'm like, especially like rows or rack pulls, might put a little damage on it, but it just holds up great. So yeah, really just wanted to make this video to show a kind of snapshot of my home gym. Oh, and lastly, before I go, it's called Jig's Gym. There's a bit of history behind it, but let's leave it at that. But I'm really love the golden era of bodybuilding, like the Arnold, 1970s Venice Beach, Gold's Gym kind of era. So I have a lot of like posters that kind of like pump me up when I'm training. And obviously Hulk, big motivation to get big. And then Arnold Classic I live pretty close to Columbus, so it's a little keepsake I got. But yeah, home gym tour. I probably should have made it a little sooner, but it's something I'm kind of proud of, and it's something I'm grateful to have, especially in, you know, age of uncertainty. If gyms ever go back, which I don't think they ever will, but just something nice to have to train and keep your goals up. And in a probably next video, I'm gonna go over the other side of my my basement. I like to call it my like productivity center, where I like to kind of get stuff done. Bit nuanced, probably make a more detailed video, but can kind of see it over there. So yeah, hope y'all enjoy.